Well, there are several motivations for me in volunteering for the SOA. First is kind of a sense of professional duty. The SOA is a volunteer-driven organization, and if we want it to work, we need to help it work. And second is really a desire to see things done well. We've all seen things that are not done well, and I figure if I want the organization to work well, I need to be a part of that.
Throughout my volunteering experience, one of the things that I spent some time with is working with different sections. And one of the things that the sections do and spend a lot of time on is helping with developing sessions for the different meetings. And the recruiting for those sessions, the planning for those sessions is really rewarding. As I work with my peers in my job, I hear questions, frustrations, things that people need more education on. And when I listen to those questions and have my own questions, these are opportunities for professional development, for education. And working with the sections on building those session descriptions, recruiting speakers for those sessions, I feel like I'm really giving back and providing some of that education to my peers and myself. And it's also fun sitting back in the sessions and watching when the speaker is presenting on a session that I've recruited for and helped design that session. And sitting back, I'm not on the stage, I'm not the star of the show, but I know I've contributed to getting that information to my peers.
What I've benefited from is the industry knowledge that I've gained from my work with the other actuaries from other companies and the committee work.
Other benefits that I would point to have just been the friendships I've developed, the people I can reach out to if I have questions that I never would have met otherwise, and just the satisfaction of I am contributing some back to the SOA. Reasons people might want to volunteer are much of the SOA's efforts are reliant on the volunteer base. We have a good percentage that are volunteers, approximately 10% in one form or another. But we can always use more help. We're always looking for new ideas. And just new people speaking at meetings would be good to see.
Currently, I'm chair of the Research Executive Committee, which is a relatively new committee of the SOA, and we've really built it from scratch. And I've been a member of the committee since its inception, and am entering my second year as chair. And I feel like I've really had an opportunity to help build and guide how the SOA is moving its research program forward. Currently, we're really working on measuring our outcomes, measuring our impacts, really getting our finger on what is the whole breadth of research that the society's doing, and what's the impact of all that research. And it's kind of amazing, even for me, deeply involved, to see how much and how much different research is done, and to really pull all that together and be able to evaluate, are we doing a good job? Where can we improve? Where can we do better? I think that's really a critical part of what my committee and my role is, and I feel like I'm really instrumental in helping with that.
When I started out as an actuarial student, I was very good at the technical stuff, very good with spreadsheeting, and I understood and learned a lot very quickly. However, where I've always struggled, even after 20 years in consulting, has been in things like public speaking and communications, and particularly communicating as a leader. And through my volunteering work, I've met so many other actuaries who started out the same way I did, but who were able to develop those other sort of softer skills. And by watching them and emulating them, and frankly asking them, how did you learn to be like that? It has really helped me come a long way in terms of my professional development aside from the technical stuff. So being able to carry on, elevator conversations with other executives, being able to describe a concept very succinctly and yet get the message across. These are things that I learned from the volunteers that I've worked with. And it has been tremendously important in my development. And it continues to this day. I still get nervous sometimes before giving presentations. I still have trouble sometimes voicing my opinion, but by watching the other actuaries around me, it really gives me some great examples of how you don't have to be a superstar communicator. You just have to speak from what you know and speak clearly and serve almost as a translator of the technical work that we do for folks who aren't so technical.
The committee work that I've been involved with is very data intensive, and so my view would be that it's a bit of a support role, but within the broader picture of helping other actuaries.
At first, I thought it might be beneficial from a career standpoint, looking at what it might do for me. That has actually become a very low priority. It's more what I can help give back to the industry, and I do get a lot of benefits from it, but they've been different than what I expected. I've learned some leadership skills, being chair of different committees. I've met a lot of people.
I was inspired by a couple of the actuaries that I worked with who were volunteers themselves, and I saw how much they enjoyed what they were doing. I saw how much I felt that it added to the profession as a whole, and I wanted to be part of that as well. And so originally that's what it was about. As time has gone by, I find that I get so much out of it that it almost feels like a selfish motive for volunteering. And in particular, the ability to talk with other actuaries about what they're doing, hear about some of the issues that other actuaries are facing, and learning about how they address those issues, because in some way that informs the work that I do for my clients.
The Society of Actuaries and the profession in general is doing a greater good. And my volunteering is just one piece of the whole pie. It's just being a part of something that's bigger than yourself is just so important to me. And sitting on the board, I don't feel like my individual contributions necessarily make a huge difference, but it's the aggregation of all of the volunteers. So every person just doing a piece of the pie helps bring that profession, bringing that betterment to our society in general. But again, it's just part of being something bigger than yourself.